Order, order, order. Peace, love, health, and well vibe. Tribe, like, and subscribe. Help your boy break away from that 9 to 5. My name is not important, but what is the fact that I'm here on behalf of Sacred Self Healing Center with a heart. It's the center for healing. Understand that when you come here, this is spa day for the soul, chicken noodle soup for the spirit, and Manny and Petty day for the ego. Understand that this is a hard hat area and self development is the construction site. So, with that being said, we do not use divination, tarot, or diviners to spy on people, cause harm, or none of the sorts, okay? What we are here to do is the hero's journey, right? We are here to perfect ourselves. Um, as I guess you could say God on earth, whatever you want to call it. All right. So, if you would like to inquire about any of my services, including but not limited to life coaching, love coaching, YouTube monetization coaching, all of that, hit me up for a free consultation. All of my information is in the description box of all of my videos, as well as seeing that. What you will see in the description box is information on donations. All right, how to donate, where to donate, when to donate, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. All right. So even if you don't have an account to donate, you can always get one from the links in the description box. If you are international, only if you are international and you can't get Chime, Cash App, PayPal, etc., then I will go ahead and accept super chats. Only thing I will say is that I am not responsible for the exchange rate, nor am I responsible for the 40% that Google will take from your donation. All right, so it is up to you if you're going to send a super chat to make sure that you send in the correct amount. All right, no refunds, none of that, all of that stuff. Brittany Miller, how you doing? Happy Valentine's Day, beautiful. Assuming that is your real name and gender. All right, so we're gonna get started here. All right, we're gonna get started with a quick collective reading. Since we already got people showing up, I want to go ahead and get this out so we can go ahead and move forward. All right, what's up, Lou? I don't know how to say that. Lou Ventia, what's going on? Oh, you must got you a Valentine or something. I see. I ain't got one of them, so I ain't. You know what I'm saying? You must got you a little Valentine or something. What's up, ladies? Donate to the channel or something. Make my Valentine's Day go by smooth. All right, so my stomach hurt. All right, so real quick before we get started with the individuals, we're going to go ahead and do a quick collective love reading. I'm gonna try to make this general. I don't want this to be I'll see. I'll just see what it is. Oftentimes, sometimes depending on the reading, I might feel like it's more of a singles read. Sometimes I might feel like it's more of a lovers read or a committed ones read. So, just be mindful of that. I'm gonna see if I can get a one for a general for both singles, and if not, then we'll just bust out two real quick. What's up? Anybody got any special plans today for Valentine's Day? Anybody need a Valentine? Uh-oh. So we got a bandit. Left out, walked away, and cold. All right. The second card we got here is realizations, epiphanies, understandings, and awakenings. Divine feminine energy, yin feminine energy. All right. So I'm gonna try to. Okay, so I am getting two different messages here. Okay, so for the ones single, right? Especially on a day like today, we could definitely be feeling the pressures of being alone. The realizations that I'm hearing is that some of us or most of us want the real thing. We don't just want love, right? We don't want just anything and anybody, right? We actually want something that's going to be fulfilling. And since that is the case, oh my God, I just got my car as well. Since we is looking for something fulfilling, I think that we finally realize that in order to make sure that we get what we want, we got to go within ourselves. Right now, for the single people, what I'm feeling here is this divine feminine card is maybe we need to work on the feminine side of ourselves. And no, that don't mean wear more pink or get bigger boobies or, a big butt, long hair. That's not what feminine is, right? I'm talking about on the mental plane of femininity, right? It looks like we might have had some blockages that didn't allow us to love, right? That didn't allow us to nourish, to teach, to cherish. And because of that, I feel like we might be spinning the block again. Maybe just hoping for a raggedy X to hit us up this Valentine's Day. Uh, I'm gonna go to tarot to pull best course of action for the singles, but again, like I said, I really feel like this card is saying that there's some feminine aspects about ourselves that we need to balance out to truly bring that one in. Right now the question really was what's coming towards me in love. So I'm not going to say that abandonment and realizations is coming in for you, but what I feel as though is that you had to realize that you can't keep settling for less. You can't keep trying to make a mountain out of a molehill, right? The energy could be right now that we could possibly just wait for the one instead of trying to make somebody feel a void, if that makes sense. I often believe singles, especially unhealed singles, we always try to get a person who come close to checking our boxes and then try to force that person to check all the rest of the boxes. And I really don't like that, if I can be honest with you. I look at it like a job. When you single, I look at it like a job where both it gotta make sense for both parties. You know what I'm saying? It got to be a win-win for both parties. It can't just be one-sided. All right, so as soon as I get started, we got a card flipping. The card that we got here for singles is going to be the Ten of Swords. Okay, the best course of action is going to be the Ten of Swords. So, this feminine blockage that I'm feeling is likely caused by a lack of or the inability to move on, and that's kind of what I was picking up intuitively. A lot of us would, a lot of us, when we go through stuff, we want the pain to stop, or we feel like the situation got to change or the circumstance got to change in order for us to start to feel better, to want better, to think different, and that's not the case, right? Whenever this Ten of Swords come out, especially in this upright position, the tens, no matter what, is always going to represent that is over, right? The tens is always the end of a situation. Now, in this upright position, you want this because this Ten of Swords represents peace, finality, and moving on. But it's going to happen in a and the moving on and the finality is going to be done in a peaceful way. So even though this card looks how it looks, what this card is calling us to do is say, look, the PTSD, the depression, all of that stuff, we didn't take care of it before, but now it is our right and responsibility to take care of it now, right? And we don't have to wait for the outside world to change how we feel inside. We can just say, I am forgiven right now, or I am happy, or whatever it is, we could go ahead and just say that now and then start walking the talk or talking the walk, depending on whatever else, we was short. But that's going to be the collective reading again. Bring peace to a situation. What I'm hearing is that there might be a person or two who's listening and might be, how can you say this? I won't say upset, maybe a little bit worried about moving on because of some past things that happened. And what I will say is that you don't have to worry, right? You could go ahead and let that stuff go. What I will say is that the feelings and emotions got to get left behind. But the what you learned from the experience um can be used to your benefit forever, really. So really then after that is really just up to you on being consistent and persistent in the new positive thinking. All right. So let's go ahead and pull a collective reading for the committed ones. All right. Maybe you've been off and on with somebody. Maybe you married, whatever it is. Let's go ahead and get a couple cards and see what do the day bring for the committed ones. Thank y'all for the love and the hearts. Double tap that screen, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. We will be doing individual readings after I do this collective reading. I just did a collective reading for singles. Now this is going to be for the committed ones. All right. So the first card we got here is intuition, heart song, telepathy, and inner knowing. The second card we got here is a wobbly phone that's about to fall. All right. The second card we got here is curse, hex, witchcraft, negative mind. Let's pull one more. Exhaustion, depletion, drain, long journey. Okay. So for our couples, it looked like or this might be specific for people who could be going through like some sort of like separation. Maybe y'all live together but not seeing eye to eye right now, whatever the case is. Intuition, curse, and exhaustion. So it looks like somebody feels like their inner knowing is cursed or has cursed them because they want to see reality in a certain way, but they just can't see it. And the reason why you can't see reality the way you want to see it is because that's not what reality is presenting to you right now. If you caught your partner talking to people cheating or something like that, and and y'all have gone into Valentine's Day kind of iffy, then that might be confirmation that it might be I'll say this, it might be time for us to start drawing back our energy. And the reason why I say that is because when you start talking about feeling depleted, drained, and feeling like you on a long journey, that exhaustion in itself can put a hamper and a damper on a relationship that probably isn't even supposed to be there in the first place, right? Oftentimes we make bad decisions when we're not thinking clear, and oftentimes we don't make good decisions when we're not thinking clear because our emotions are tested, right? When emotions are tested, intellect goes out the window every single time, right? So, with that being said, uh, I'm hearing one of both parties might just be emotionally exhausted. Somebody might be tired of shit being thrown in their face. Maybe somebody does wrong. They don't mean to do it, but they can't handle being told that the wrong that they've done. Like it's almost like a situation where you gotta cry, yell, scream in order for that person to pay you some mind. You know what I'm saying? Feel like it's a very one-sided situation right now. So for my couples out there who might be going into Valentine's Day, and you might be resonating with this read, and let's get you a best course of action to see if I can go ahead and bring some remedy to the situation. All right, so we got the Two of Cups on Valentine's Day. I'm gonna pull one more since we got the Two of Cups. So let's get a clear Ten of Pentacles. All right, Two of Cups, Ten of Pentacles, Death card. Nice. Okay. Best course of action. I like it. All right. So normally I pull one just because it's simpler. But we got three cards for the best course of action for the couples. So going into Valentine's Day, the first thing first, what I will say is that make every day a fresh start. If we had a problem in a particular area, then make the next day a fresh start. Um, if you have problems with that, remember the reason why you fell in love with that person, right? And if that makes it hard, then you need to get on up out of there. All right. So we fall in love again, and we fallen in love again with the legacy, right? Ten of Pentacles, right? We all want the Ten of Cups, but on the other side of that, we got the Ten of Pentacles, which is the physical manifestation of the fulfillment that we feel in the cups, right? Uh, Remember when you see this, think about family trees, circle of life. Ten of Pentacles coming out could mean that the family is expanding. The Ten of Pentacles coming out, meaning that we could be moving into a new house. We could be receiving some sort of inheritance, but since this is going to be a love reading, I really feel like this is a long-term relationship. And I think that the Two of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles is saying that we need to remind ourselves why we love this person in the first place. Right? There's no when there's true love in place, there's nothing that a little bit of healing can't do besides compatibility, right? If you heal and you realize you're not compatible with that person, move on. But besides that, if the foundation is there, if the compatibility is there, then we need to consciously and effort we need to put conscious effort towards getting rid of this death card energy. And what I mean by this death card energy is that maybe we've been hurt by our partner, or maybe our partner has sold us, sold us something and they haven't came to fruition yet. But whatever the case is, man, I feel like there's some things that we are holding long term against our partner. And my thing is, if we're going to forgive, honestly and truthfully forgive, then we need to give that person a fresh start. So if there is anything that a person that you don't have no proof that they're doing right now, but maybe they did something in the past, right? And in the past they hurt you. Maybe in the past that they cheated, or whatever the case is. If you're going to give them a fresh chance, I'm not telling you to forget, but I'm telling you to forgive and start fresh. And the reason why that's important is because um sometimes your intuition can be bombarded by fear. Sometimes your intuition can be bombarded by exhaustion. Sometimes your intuition can be bombarded by negative thought loops and patterns, right? Shoulda, coulda, wouldas, or I hope this thing never happens. And when that happens, we just need to hit that reset button and start things over, man. So again, put conscious effort towards letting go of the things that's holding you back. I'm not saying that you need to ignore every single thing, but what I'm saying is that there's some things that can't be ignored. And and to be honest with you, I don't know why you would. But all right, y'all, that's it. The floor is now open. If anybody wanted to tap in with your boy and get a free or donation based reading. If not, I'm gonna go ahead and shut him down very soon. Cause I got work to do. Burn, 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 burn. I got work to do. Burn, 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 burn. I got work to do. Burn, 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 burn. I got work to do. Burn, 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 burn. Dabbing on them like the usual. Courtside with a bad bitch, and I send the bitch to Uber. All right, y'all. Last call for alcohol. I'm gonna shut this down at 22 minutes in, 9 a.m. sharp, 10 a.m. sharp Eastern Standard Time. Come on in, y'all. Last call for free readings. Last call for free readings. Oh, I ain't even checked the chat. I forgot my phone be freezing sometime. Let me check the chat. Anything? Hey. Oh man, there's people in here. Sorry, y'all. I be forgetting that the chat be freezing on my phone. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. If anybody been talking to me and I didn't respond, that's because I was looking at the chat on my phone. And the phone be tripping. Look, people that came in here said hi to me. Let me go to her channel or him channel. Make sure I hit them up. Ooh, I like this channel. Hold on 1 second. Let me catch up to the chat. Give me 1 second, cause oh shoot. All right, let me see who else is in the chat. The Mystic High Priestess said hi. Who else was there? Oh, Awaken and Healing been in here for a minute. Okay then, beautiful soul. You might be my Valentine. Okay, awake soul. You might be my Valentine today. Give me a second. I didn't even know people was here. My phone be the chat be freezing on my phone, man. If y'all, I don't know if y'all noticed, but it be a lot of people on YouTube saying that. I think it might be part of the new update. How you doing? Give me 1 second. I got to get a couple things together. I was prepared to hop off. I was about to hop off in here. 1 second. Hello, what up, Grand Rising? 1 second, y'all. I was ready to get off. I need 1 second. I need to find some pliers real quick. I gotta fix something. Double tap that screen, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, donate to reciprocate. Hey, we do the most. Yeah, pull up and ghost. What's up with the bad? That hurt it. All right. Hey, y'all. What up? What up, y'all? What's going on? Grand Rising. What up? What's up? Happy Valentine's Day. Do I got a Valentine in here today? Somebody came to make my day today? Let me find out. Somebody came in here to make my day. Hold on 1 second, y'all. I need one more minute. I gotta find something. I'm sorry, man. All right, man. I'll give up for right now. So what's up? How can I help? I ain't gonna lie, KP a little bit pissed off right now. So I need to get back to business. I'm feeling a little fed up right now. I ain't even gonna lie. Let me like one of these incense. All right, so who was first on the list? You got a light, bro? Nah, I thought I stopped it, but I couldn't see it. All right, who first up on the list? I need to get my mind right. Hold on 1 second, John. Damn, I can't even do it. Man. Some gotta give, shout it. All right, it was one person in here before you. No, I appreciate it. It's all good though. I just learned to vent out loud instead of holding stuff in, but ain't nothing gonna stop the show, you know? Ain't nothing that a quick little 1-2 punch can't fix. You smell me? All right, awake healer. Now that we know that you still here, how can I help you? Can I offer you a donation based reading? I need to be checking my text messages. All right, well, first come, first serve, dear. Thank you. You said your energy down. You want to reading? La la. I would like that. My energy just down, dog. We got to do something about that. That's funny. That's what I was saying in the reading that I just did. The couples reading I just did. No, I never heard of the plant app. Enlighten me, my good friend. I wish I could see the chat. I want I want to play the game. Don't nobody want to read? I'm about to play the game. I ain't about to play around. You want to read it? I'll give you a read, then you could go back and listen to it. It's not at the beginning of this live. It's probably like 10-15 minutes into the live. It started. You got to rewind and find these cards. It's at the be when these cards first came out, because these cards is it: intuition, curse, and exhaustion. You don't have to donate for a reading, but if I don't let people know it's an option, well, go leave it. Go put it under one of my plant videos. Pepper, can you put it under one of my plant videos? No, you don't. No, it's free. Don't. It's free readings. Let me check my messages, y'all. I hate to do this. I'll be right back. Yeah, that's why I was calling your name earlier. All right. So I don't know where. I don't know who to go with first. You was here first. You said you wanted to read, and it was. It's not donation based. I just gotta ask for donations because I'm a big stepper. No, we're gonna go with Lala first because I was already thinking about Lala. Mm-mm. Stagnant energy. All right, so we're not gonna use this deck. I wonder if I got all of my cards on this deck. What's up, y'all? If you new here, type vibe tribe in the chat. If you're not new here, then I need you to type green hearts in the chat. Let me count this deck real fast. All right, Lala. So I was gonna hit the Love Oracle deck, but I'm not really feeling like that's the one we really should be focusing on. I got a question. How long has your relationship been going for? And how long did it take for y'all to move in together? I got a question. What would you say is your biggest character flaw? I need to know before these cars get to talking. What is your biggest character flaw? What is the what do you need to change? That's the hardest thing for you to change. No matter why it's hard. I don't care why it's hard. I'm just asking. What is it? What's that thing? Well, that don't walking away from people who hurt you doesn't necessarily have to be a flaw. Oh, you gonna walk away fast enough. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I like that. And the reason why I'm saying that is because if you saying that anger is a flaw, but then you saying you stay too long, that I don't like that. Even if it is honest, I'm not saying it's not honest. I just don't like it. I don't like those are to be honest with you, those are two extremes of the same thing. Because usually a person with a quick temper is fast to leave. So that means that you subject yourself to danger, and that's not okay. Okay, so bottom of the deck, Eight of Cups. All right, so we got the Three of Wands in reverse. Oh, I didn't mean to toss it like that. Uh, no, Three of Pentacles in reverse. I'm sorry. I need some coffee or something. My stomach hurts. All right. Um, there is no teamwork somewhere in your life. The Pentacles mean that it's more external than internal. So in this normal upright position, the three of Pentacles indicate growth and expansion in a team setting. That could be relationships, that could be work, that can be family dynamic, whatever it is, whoever it is, right? That's what it is. It represent that you being able to give and receive, if that makes sense. Oh, we my stomach hurt. Big step. All right, I got the chat pulled up. Do you have a problem with feeling like you are being recognized for what you have to offer, what you bring to the table? Um, okay. Well, this this three of pentacles in reverse is saying that there is a lack of resources, skills, a lack of recognition, uh inability to perform a task. Let me pull another card. Okay. So You got the Ten of Cups on top of that. I wonder. I wonder if it's your relationship. I wonder if if okay. So let me ask you this. You said it's been 7 months, so it's relatively early. Since it's been relatively early, do you guys know for certain that you guys want the same thing in the future? Where we at on that conversation? So where, if you don't mind me asking, where's the discrepancy? Because this is telling me that there's a, so remember, this is about growth and expansion with a partner or with teammates, etc. Right? Um, in reverse, this is saying that there ain't no progress being made here. Right. So then naturally, if we pull another card, then the Ten of Cups is where we're not seeing progress in our life, right? If we bring more clarity to the reading or whatever. Um, Whenever I think about this Ten of Cups card, I always think about the song Love and Happiness, right? Where it's like, no, life isn't perfect, but we got each other and we not giving up. You understand what I'm saying? That's what I think about when I see the Ten of Cups. So how do you know what he's doing behind the scenes? I said, how do you know what he's doing behind the scenes? I'm confused. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and pull you a best course of action. What you mean grow up? Who you saying grow up? Me or him? Or you? I'm gonna tell you who wrong in this situation. How long ago? How long ago has that been? You know that's funny because you need to go back and listen to. You need to go back and listen to the collective reading I did. I'm gonna pull you a card for best course of action, but we're gonna break it down later though. We're not gonna break it down now. We're gonna break it down later. Or I could put your cards on hold and come back to you. No, you wrong. You are wrong. All of that is wrong, what you just said. All of that is just wrong. I want you to go back and listen to that the collective reading I did before I did your reading because it's gonna make sense. All right. So yeah, that's funny. Yeah, you gotta listen to the collective reading. And you gonna watch. Just start dropping emojis in the chat while you listening. And then I'll wait for you to come back to the live. But yeah, rewind that. Yeah, you definitely gotta rewind that. Cause I just talked about this. I just talked about this. I would tell you what I said, but I feel like it's gonna mess it up. All right, so you got the Emperor card as your best course of action. We'll break that down in the when we come back. Oh, you got the Emperor card. All right. So, how can I help you, awake killer? Did you want a general reading, or did you want to know something in specific? All right. So for the general reads, what I like to do is pull typically a two-card draw. I get the current energy. If there's any people, places, and things that you need to know, and then I get best course of action on that energy, whatever it is. I told her. I told her. Wait till she catch up. I told her. I just read her. I just read about that situation. She ain't even had to get no reading for real. That was her reading. Are you single? Awake, healing? Told her. I told her. Okay, resistance. Secret admirer, suppressing, and timid. You might be crushing on somebody, or somebody might be crushing on you right now. Commitment, marriage, promises, fidelity. All right, so that's a strong. Hold on, let me get some water or something, y'all. I'll be right back. Past life, deja vu, repeated patterns, karmic lessons. Uh oh, that might be a warning. You better stop running, chicken little. I was right. Go ahead and say it. Say, you know what, man? That dude named KP, he was right. KP be cooking. Say it. Say KP be cooking. Where the chef had at? All right. So at first, what I was thinking was that at first what I was thinking was that there was a secret admirer who was trying to figure out the best way of getting in touch with you. But I don't think that's the case anymore. And the reason why is because the commitment card came with the past life. So maybe an ex is trying to sell you on something that they changed. I don't know if they did or not, but if it's coming up, then it's significant. I'm not going to do tarot. I'm actually going to pull three more cards from this deck. I'm not going to do tarot for you. I don't think we need tarot right now. No, this ain't for you, Lala. I'm going to finish your reading in a second. Okay, so you got the open heart card, receptive, empathy, and vulnerable. So what I hear is that you very empathetic, but you don't really know how to use it for survival. Sometimes your empathy gets the best of you because you care, right? A lot of empathy, and what I'm hearing is your empathy is tied to sympathy, feeling bad for people, right? This is people who give everything that they got, um, et cetera, which is not a problem. But um, if you don't put yourself first, then you can spin yourself right out the casino, right? So we got pain, apprehensive, afraid, and cautious, cloudy judgment, illusions, unbalanced, distorted. All right. So the resistance that's here is probably going to be because there's some all right, so I'm seeing like three different scenarios in one reading, okay? So one scenario is that um first of all, I will fully wait until you fully 100% separated to start dating again. Uh, even chatting. Um, if you was my client, I would say even chatting is prohibited right now. Um, unless we're talking about like family, friends, stuff like that. Straight Queen 78. Hey man, I get it, General. Thank you so much, love. Yeah. You definitely can. Can I have $1? No, I'm just playing. You don't have to donate. I'm just joking. You can if you want to, but you know. All right. Anyways, I'll be joking so much that I'll be losing track of what I'm saying. So back to what I was saying was that when we looking at this resistance, I want you to put up a resistance. The first card of the reading for me is like is the first step like of the story. Like it kicks off, it sets the tone for the whole reading. So you need to use resistance to your uh advantage. No sex, no chatting, become very disciplined. I don't know where you really lack discipline, but in all areas I want you to tighten up, right? This commitment. Now I'm gonna have like an internal reading, then I'm gonna have an external reading. So resistance and commitment, I want you to commit to yourself that you're going to heal the past life shit. You're going to get back to the open heart and you're going to release the pain. And the reason why is because the pain is not going to allow you to live life to the fullest because you're going to be unbalanced. The pain is going to make things look different than what it really looked like. You understand what I'm saying? I always tell people when I start coaching them, I always tell them whether it's group therapy or we doing one-on-ones. Oh, I thought you asked me to be your hubby. I was about to say yes, please. Oh man, wah 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 wah. I thought you said new here. Hey hubby. I don't know why I thought you said hey hubby or something like that. I don't know what I thought you said. Anyways, the pain is going to cause you to have cloudy judgment. Okay? You don't want that. So the best thing you can do for yourself right now is to resist all temptation, resist all sugar, right? Resist the candy, resist the chocolate, the Twix, the Snickers, right? Well, hello. How you doing today? Skip the line. No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. I'm just playing. But no, I want you to put your healing first. That's the first thing I see with this reading. Hey, I'm gonna fuck around and be poly. Fuck around. Keep on playing with me. Shit. All right. Anyways, La, you too. Come on, go ahead and dump that chicken nugget. Get you a whole Cornish hen. Stop playing. You over there playing with them chicken nuggets like you can't have Cornish hens every day of your life. You smell me? You smell me? Stop playing with me. Eating good. And you got leftovers. And you got leftovers if you want it. You hear me? Anyways, I'm just playing though. Well, not really. Not just playing. Yeah, now you confused. You too. You too awake. Don't play with me. All right. But no, put that healing first. The commitment is you. I feel like without you committing to you, look, I'm a Scorpio Libra cusp. Best of both worlds. So we got air and water. So I'm smart and emotional. King of Cups, baby. All right. Um, well, I guess since I'm Scorpio, it would be I don't know. Anyways, yeah. Go your healing commitment is first. Wait, am I confused? I'm talking to Awake Healing. So I just want to make sure that we on the same page, y'all. All right. Just in case if I said the wrong name or if anybody came in, got confused, anything like that. All right. So first thing first is put your healing first. All right. Put your healing first. Now the second thing that I'm seeing here is more an external reading about your current environment, the people, places, and things around you. Okay. So I want you again to have a certain level of resistance, but I want you to use your discernment from your spiritual apparatuses, right? We got seven main chakras, all right? Those are our spirit apparatuses, all right? We use them, all right? Sometimes they hurt, sometimes they tingle, sometimes they vibrate, sometimes they make us sleepy, whatever. Pay attention to those messages that you get. And then I want you to alchemize the message that you get. So if you walk, that's just like when you see a homeless person and you be like, oh, look at him. He's homeless. That's sad. And then you just go about your day. No, we're not doing that anymore. Thank you for the sticker. What we doing is we're going to stop and we're going to be intentional. Even if we just say something small and prophetic, like this person will turn things around. This person will heal. This person, you know what I'm saying? I feel like again your intuition is very much so tied to sympathy. And a lot of people intuition is tied to sympathy, it's tied to heartbreak, and it's tied to like fear, fight or flight, right? I want you to be able to expand on that. I want you to become a full. I bet you if I open up a tarot deck, I'll get a star card or something like that. Um, what I'm hearing is okay. What I'm hearing is that don't you know Pokemon Go? Don't you know how on Pokemon Go, like in order for you to interact with something, it got to be within your sphere of influence. Like it got to be within your circle. Like if it's a gym across town, you can't go to that gym because y'all circles didn't cross, right? So this is gonna be good advice for everybody. So in life, we got many different circles on many different levels. Our aura and is directly tied to our chakras, and that is directly tied to a lot of those circles that we interact with the things in our world. You understand what I'm saying? So what I want you to do is focus on the things that you can focus on. Some things you can influence from a distance. Some things you can only influence right then there in that moment, right? Um your sympathy and your empathy is going to allow you to know what to do when. You just gotta have to remain cool, calm, and collected. Deep breathe, even in the face of adversity, and allow the energy to continue to flow so you can be guided. All right. There's going to be some messages for you. It's kind of like the Matrix when they told Neo to follow the white rabbit. Well, in this case, well, it's the same thing, but they explained it later in the movie. Everything is of you and everything is because of you, right? Everything is a result of you one way or another, whether it was conscious or unconscious, right? Now that we never really paid that no attention, really wholly deeply, and now we are starting it to pay it some attention, right? We're going to realize that all of our life we've been manifesting what other people wanted us to manifest because either we pick our clothes and shoes and say, oh, I think these people will like these clothes and shoes, or I think people won't like these clothes and shoes, right? Or we make dinner based off of what other people might want, whatever, right? Some of us get jobs based off of what our parents want, whatever the situation is. Oh, I'm starting to lose my train of thought. Let me rewind it. I gotta rewind it because I gotta get this out. I gotta hear this. Reading the chat just threw me off. Oh, I rewinded too much. Past life, deja vu, repeated patterns, resist all. We're gonna stop and we're gonna be into part or something like that. Very much so tied to sympathy. The intuition and sympathy. And oh man, I gotta fast forward some more. So what I was saying was the external is influenced. Oh, your external world is going to be influenced by you. The only thing is that maybe you didn't realize it or not, but your breathing patterns, your your sighs, your smiles, your laughter, everything, right? So what I feel as though is that even in your head with your self-talk, I want you to be more prophetic in your speech. And I want you to be very conscious of what you are prophetic of because a lot of us you see it a lot in road rage, right? Because road rage is so intense because we got a million things that we got to be aware of, and then we got to maintain our emotions. So oftentimes we relieve some of that driving pressure by cursing and threatening people, right? Even whether we think they can hear us or not, right? So I want you to be prophetic, right? Again, sometimes we say things like, I hope that person, gets stopped by the police or, stuff like that, right? But I want you to be prophetic in your normal everyday to day stuff. This is how we going to get from point A to point Z is by manually cultivating B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Some things we gonna skip. Some things we might have to double back for. But overall, I want you to remain cool, calm, and collected in your internal space because it's going to directly influence the external space. And this is why that internal healing is so important, is because the more you heal, the more responsibility you have to the environment around you. Because it's almost like a black hole where it's just like when you heal, you're naturally going to be a beacon of light. And so that means darkness is going to, it won't be able to stick. But if you dim your light because it's too bright in the space, then the darkness have a place to rest. And my thing is that we, when we healing, we turning over every stone. You understand what I'm saying? Every rock, everything is accounted for, right? My name is KP, and I account for all what is it called? I's and T's, right? I'm KP, and I account for all I's and T's, meaning I'm dotting them and crossing them. Whatever way I gotta go, that's up to you. I'll kiss you or push you out the door, right? But all my I's is gonna be dotted, and all my T's is gonna be crossed. You just choose which one you want, because that T can become a cross real quick. You understand what I'm saying? But let your intuition guide you on what you need to influence. And you will realize where you what your where your capacity of where you at. I feel like it's a question of, am I on the right track? Am I doing the right things? Am I manifesting right? Am I, if am I breathing right? Am I meditating right? Right? I feel like it's a few things that's under the microscope, which is cool. But now we're not in a time of learning anymore. We're in a time of practice, right? Because the practice is going to make mastery. And the only way a basketball player can get better at basketball is if he go play basketball. Yeah, he can sit there and learn the rules. Yeah, he can watch a bunch of videos, but eventually he gonna have to get on that court. Cause then he just gonna be a bunch of wasted potential. Right? All right. Oh, the four green hearts. Why do we use them? What do they mean? So the four green hearts is a very significant thing here. The number four represents peace, love, health, and wealth. The number four represents law, order, balance, and stability. The number four represents the four elements that we must balance to truly be in tune with the fifth. And the number four also resonates with the fourth chakra and the seventh chakra system. Okay. Now we use the color green with the four hearts because when we use red hearts, I believe I got to download one day when I first started meditating that when we do red hearts on social media, we activate the root chakra and the heart chakra. So that means that the energy circuit is going to be of the lower chakras, right? When we do green or purple or blue hearts, for example, we stimulate the heart because of the shape, but we also stimulate the chakra or the element or whatever associated with the color as well. So a green heart is like saying, so green heart is like double stimulation of the heart chakra because emerald is the color green. I mean, emerald, the color green is the color of the heart chakra, right? So yeah, so that's the four green hearts. That's why we use them, right? So as a Reiki master, as a yoga, whatever yogi, I would say yogi. That's what I would call myself. As a person who's satisfied many initiations, I understand the power of intention. Understand that the power of intention is very important. So when we use those four green hearts combined with our intention, even if a person don't know what those four green hearts mean, they still receive the love and nurturing healing benefit that comes along with that. All right. So also I ask that if we healing 10 o'clock in the morning, 3 a.m. in the morning, 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and people come in disturbing that, don't argue with them. If you can't, if you can't put anything positive in the chat, just send them green hearts. Because if they coming in trolling us while we healing, while we learning, while we growing, while we doing all this stuff, what up? Happy Valentine's Day, beautiful. If they come through and they, you know what I'm saying, while we healing, then that means they need that healing just as bad as we do, or not worse. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is on that one. All right. So I got to close out a reading for Lala, and then we're going to get to Straight Queen 78. Nazi, you know what's funny? I said the P word today, and then you pop out of nowhere. I said the poly word today, and you pop out of nowhere. That's funny. All right, Lala. So your best course of action for your reading, and there. Oh, I forgot about keys. Okay, so give me 1 second. Let me get a pen so I can make a list real quick, and then cause okay, I didn't know y'all was still here. My bad. All right, so let's make a list. So first we doing La La Now, L.A. LA, you got to give me the breakdown of your name or whatever eventually. We just did Awaken Healing. All right, so Key, so who was first? Key or I think Key was first before what you call him. Key was here before Straight Queen, right? Uh, I'm gonna put Kiki Stewart. Why do that name sound so familiar? Kiki Stewart. So we got Key. Let's make sure we get everybody. Tell you something good. You moved to Texas. So you married again? What's going on? Legion? All right. So was Kiki before Straight Queen? All right. So I got Lala, Straight Queen. Then I got Kiki, Leanne. So that means I can. So that means you got space for me to sleep on your couch. Can I borrow your couch for like 2 years? Can I borrow your couch for like 2 years? All right, so this the list that I got. If I'm out of order, I apologize. If anybody want to donate $1 directly to me, not to the super chat, you can skip the line. Donation tiers. All right, you got to remind me of that when I call your name because I want to get the list going. I don't want to rewind back. The list going right. I mean, the chat is going too fast right now. So, so if I get anybody wrong, let me know. So I got Lala, I got Straight, I got Kiki. Am I missing anybody? Okay, so while we waiting to make sure we got everybody, let's go ahead and close the reading I started earlier. So the card. Oh shit! You might Facetime me then, real quick. Go ahead. Go ahead. FaceTime me. We all right. We finish these readings in a minute. All right, awake, Helen. You about to leave? I hope not. The ancestors going to be very mad at you. No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. I'm just joking. I like to joke around, y'all. Okay, so you had the Emperor card. For your best course of action, and I'm going through the deck trying to find it. And I think it's going to be all the way in the beginning, like usual. Every time I'm looking for a card, it's always not where I want it to be, which is ready to go. Where's the Emperor? Where's the Emperor? Six. Come on. King of Wands. Emperor. There we go. All right. So your best course of action, Lala, right? I believe is going to be the Emperor card. So the Emperor card is a major arcana card. So this is going to be a big life change. I think that this is going to be like some personality things. So when you say that you got you short temper and stuff like that, we can actually use that as a superpower. The thing is that what do we do after we trigger? That's the question. So when we looking at the emperor is all about a solid foundation. He don't care about nothing else but a solid foundation. Hence the fact that he is the number 4. So he's not really romantic. He's not really spiritual. But he's very down to earth, very grounded, right? The emperor whole objective in life is to make the whole world his empire, right? How do he do that? Through logic, through careful planning, through little sympathy, little remorse, right? What's his B day? The number 4. Okay. Well, well, shake him for a second. We ain't talking about that chicken nugget right now. All right. Um, the emperor represents stability and power, right? Now, the opposite represents instability and insecurity. What I want you to do is focus on anywhere in your life where you have instability and insecurities, and I want you to turn those things into a to-do list. This is not an option. This is an order, maggot. No, I'm just playing. But no, this is a challenge. I'm challenging you, right? I don't care how old you is. I don't care how much money you got. I don't care how pretty you is. Everybody got something that they can work on. Everybody can be better at something. It don't have to look like what I want it to look like, right? But nonetheless, everybody got something that they can be better at. Whether it's working out, whether it's personality things, whatever, right? It doesn't matter what it is. Everybody got their own journey. But I want you to take those things and make it a to-do list, man. Because the only way you can really have stability and power in your life is to really have brain heart coherence. That means that you don't have any negative emotions constantly disrupting your heart flow and constantly disrupting your thought patterns. Okay. A sound mind and a sound body is going to give you control. So I'm not telling you to be the emperor, all right? I don't want you to go to war and conquer the world, right? But symbolically, spiritually, emotionally, on your spiritual path, any flaws, even if it's one flaw, needs to be conquered and dominated. Right before we really move forward in life, before we say that these people really is bad people and all that stuff, let's just make sure that We answer all the complaints that people have about us before we start complaining about other people. I'm not telling you that you can't have thoughts and feelings, but what I'm saying is that make your next relationship your best relationship. And how do you do that? By putting the work in before you get to the relationship. All right. So I want you to take over. I want you to take control, but this is going to be under a new authority, right? It's almost like saying that your life is under new management, right? And KP your assistant. All right. So who we got next on the list? We got straight queen, straight drop. That's what they call you, straight drop. You got any questions, comments, concerns about the reading? Straight queen, where you at, shorty? Where my little shorty at? Oh, straight queen, you look familiar. You been here before? Control, control. 22. No, it's your first time here. Well, welcome then. Uh-oh, my girl making content. Oh, I didn't know you made content. Awake healing. Okay, I'm gonna have to check you out. Look at you with the cool little haircut. Okay, then I see you. I see you with the swaggy haircut. All right. What can I do for you, straight queen? Can I solicit a donation based reading? You don't have to donate for a reading, but I gotta ask. That's the rules. What? Everybody went to a commercial break or something? What happened? I forgot my phone charged slow, so it's on 54%. All right, look like it's charging right now. Well, ask your parents to let me borrow. Tell them let me borrow $7. Then I'll pay it back. I'll pay it back when I get my YouTube check. You said you had enough abuse. Well, come on over here to KP land. We don't abuse women here. We love women forever. Welcome, welcome to Sacred Self Healing Center, where the heart is the center for healing. All right, so I was just playing with the cards, and I got the Queen of Swords for you. So, I think the cards is going to run a theme today. All right, so the Queen of Swords is here because she is the representation of high frequency, of truth, right? When we're talking about the Queen of Swords, she brings gracefulness in the midst of truth and justice. As a 35-year-old man, I know that sometimes, um, I know sometimes that truth and bringing truth and balance to a situation isn't always pretty, right? Earlier in the live stream, we had the theme of Libra cards, and this is one of those Libra cards, right? In this reverse position, uh, well, you let me be the judge of that. She said 47, but I don't look it. Nah. I probably wouldn't have guessed that you was 47, though. I did see your picture. But the Queen of Swords is telling me that this is you, right? Oftentimes when we looking at tarot cards, either we looking at situations and circumstances or we looking at personalities. And so what I'm seeing here, I got four Capricorn placements in my chart, and I got four Scorpio placements and four Capricorn. So when we looking at the Queen of Swords, the Queen of blah, blah, blah. What was I about to say before? Oh man, I lost my train of thought. It wasn't. It was Libra energy, air element. Oh, personalities. So oftentimes we look at court cards as people, right? And so what I see is that this is you, right? Um, yeah, you might be going through a slight small reset or a rebuild, as they call it in sports, but nonetheless, you've earned the right to call yourself the Queen of Swords. And the reason why is because you I feel like there's been some sacrifice being made, and it's beyond leaving, right? Some people might look at your situation, and I'm using you as an example because I'm talking to you. Some people might look at your example and say, "Oh, about time she left this dude," or "About time this happened." And but they got the out. They on the outside looking in, right? And they only know what they know. They don't know everything. So oftentimes when people speak, sometimes it be out of place, out of turn, I guess you can say. So what I'm saying is that there's certain levels of sacrifice. You said you've been sober since October, my birthday in October, right? Sober October. There's been certain levels of sacrifice that's not that hasn't been seen, and it probably would never be recognized unless you acknowledge them, right? Or unless you champion your story, right? But nonetheless, what I want you to do is get a picture of the Queen of Swords, meaning that I want you to look up the Queen of Swords and I want you to look up as many adjectives as you can associated with the Queen of Swords. I want you to look at very descriptive words, even if you can find some situations and circumstances. But I want you to study the Queen of Swords like a hawk, right? I want you to study, study, study. And the reason why is because I want you to know that that's who and what you are. It just might take a little bit of time for the world to acquiesce to the new you, but nonetheless, as long as you don't get caught up in negative thought loops and patterns about the past, then you're going to be a-okay, okay? Because it's about walking in truth. It's about seeing truth. It's about speaking truth. It's about being raw. It's about being honest. Right? The Queen of Swords is the Queen of Swords because she's done the healing and she's educated herself, whether she went to college or she bought a book and read it and studied and quizzed herself, right? But whatever it is, the Queen of Swords is the Queen of Swords because she has balanced intuition and intellect, right? She balanced intuition and intellect. And so now you're going, but that's the thing though, because when you that just like being in the pig pen all your life, and then you go take a shower, then all the other pigs will be like, what you doing? Why you look like that? So what you got to do is just keep yourself clean. And then after that, after you keep yourself clean, you just gotta uh keep moving forward. You know? All right. So Queen of Swords is who I am. Say it with me. Queen of Swords is who I am. Say it. Type it in the chat. Say it. I am the Queen of Swords. Say it. Say Jigga, Kelly, not guilty. Say it. You better say it. Say it loud too. Say it. Scream it. Ah, the Forest Wars. I love it when a plan comes together. Okay, so you may be going through, or this is a call for you to go through a recalibration period. So the four in tarot represents stability, right? Remember, two represents balance and duality, four represents stability. Think about four legs on the table. Okay. So when this card comes out, it's stability in the mind space. So if you notice, the queen herself represents the water element. That represents the emotional side of the human, right? But besides that, that's really it. So that just means that naturally I won't even call it a rebirth. I don't even want you to put too much on yourself because you're not starting over from scratch. You It's almost like you had some ingredients and you preserved them for later until more space was clear. And now is more space clear. So I don't want you to so when this card come out, I always say it's all work and no play. It's all work and rest right now. The four, you got to remember what happens after the four. So the four, yes. So the four is the calm before the storm, which is the five of swords. So then that means that when the five of swords come, that means that there's a real true test of morals, there's a true test of beliefs. You know what I'm saying? There's a test of intellectual property, etc. So what I think is that we can skip a lot of these steps in the sword suit and head straight to this queen of swords by heeding the warning. And the warning is that the game is played above the shoulders. So as long as you don't give in to you and the thoughts and the whatevers, and I miss this person or whatever it is, right? It could be sugar, it could be candy, whatever's calling you, right? As long as you stick to the plan, the goal, you're gonna be a-okay. uh Foundational pieces though, the number four with the sword. So this is internal work that I'm calling you to do right now. It might cause external responses and it might cause you to do external work after, but this is an internal job. The internal job is go within, right? If you notice, he's resting, but he's not in a comfortable place. He got his swords ready to go, right? He got his armor ready to go. He's ready to go. He on call. This person is not asleep. This person is not dead. They resting, right? Think about it like Buddha. He meditated on the side of the tree so long that his skin began to look like tree bark, right? Think about that like this, where it's just you and spirit communing, right? You see that up here? Up here in this upper corner, this represents the Christ blessing someone. Um, Symbolically, what that represents is you taking the time to meditate, you taking the time to heal, right? Not cursing people, not this one, that one, but actual forgiving and moving forward and focusing on your goals and dreams and not disrupting other people's goals and dreams. you're going to have a direct connection to source. And so because you take the high road, you're going to be granted certain things. I can't make promises. I can't do that and that. I can just deliver the message. You understand what I'm saying? So at some point, you're going to have to really, really go internal and receive the message. Well, I won't even say receive the message. I would say, I would say before you get tested again, make sure that you have some mental and emotional stability because life is going to be life. That means we're going to be tested. But the question is, how well can you get back to even keel? How well can you get back to cool, calm, and collected? No matter how excited you get or how angry you get, how well can you get back to cool, calm, and collected? Because is a when you all right, this is the last thing I'm gonna leave you with. When you gain control of your sword or your mind, you gain control of your path. All right, so the sharper the sword, the better the path. All right, Kiki, do you love me? You welcome. All right, y'all. This gonna be the final call. It's the final countdown. Ah, the final countdown. No, I am gonna go ahead and order this some more. Double and triple the pot. It's the final countdown. All right, y'all. I see zero people in here, so I think I'm gonna take that as my cue to bounce. All right, so if it ain't no questions, comments, concerns about any readings, if don't nobody got any donations that they want to slide to your boy via the Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. No, I don't got Venmo. Chime. Then I'm about to go ahead and take my weekly shower and go do some mysterious KP stuff, whatever that may be. So with that being said, man, it's been an honor and a pleasure to be a service to you all, and I wouldn't rather be nowhere but right here, right now, doing what I'm doing. So if you know what I'm about to say, please say it with me. Peace, love, health, and wealth. Anything else, please put it back on the shelf. And why might you do that? Because I ain't buying that shit, and you shouldn't either. Peace. Oh boy, I love you.